Told you everything I know.
No,
and I've done this more than one. I've done this more than one or two times.
This is David Callahan, a 52-year-old boyfriend trying to sell a story that expired days ago when the detectives found where he buried his victim's body.
We know everything. We know the answers to the questions we asked, man.
But what David doesn't realize is that the detectives already have copies of the documents he forged to make it seem like his dead girlfriend was still alive weeks after he buried her in his backyard fire pit. Now, David will do anything he can to cling to his story, completely unaware that the evidence the detectives have already established his guilt before the interrogation even began.
You never told anybody that? Dave, we're not stupid, dude. You think we're gonna make that up? I'm not making anything up. You think I made this up?
Shortly after 10 p.m. on September 13, 2018, officers with the Akron Police Department responded to the 600 block of Krause Street in Akron, Ohio, after receiving a call about what is suspected to be human remains buried in a fire pit. When officers arrived, they were met by the same family who had reported a loved one missing days earlier. They told police they had received an anonymous message claiming that the missing woman's boyfriend, David Callahan, once said that if he ever needed to dispose of a body, he would bury it in the fire pit behind their home.
Who's the caller? You are?
I'm her cousin.
Hey, it's Stuart.
And then at the end here, this is where I got that idea. If he was ever to get rid of someone, he would bury them across the fence in the very backyard.
True enough, when police excavated the fire pit, they found the decomposing body of 53-year-old Martha Robin Freitag, a mother, grandmother, and longtime Akron resident whom her family haven't been able to contact since July of that same year. But it wasn't until September 5th when they reported her missing. Now, the only person of interest for her disappearance was her on-and-off boyfriend of 16 years, David. And when asked, he told investigators she had left in early August and gone to Florida to visit her father. He insisted she was alive. He suggested she was staying with someone else. But as you're about to see, that story was already buried in the same backyard. Because while David sat in jail on unrelated warrants, investigators were quietly collecting the very documents he created to make it look like Robin was still alive. Proof that he didn't just lie about her disappearance, he was actively covering up her murder.
Since you're in orange, I'm going to read your rights to you just because you're obviously chained up and not really free to go since you're serving on your contempt over there on your driving or whatever. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer or have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. And if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. So, Robin, were you guys like boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah, we've been together since 2002.
Okay. A long time. It is a long time.
I mean, we planned on getting married 2 years ago, and just started arguing over little stuff. She's schizophrenic.
Okay.
You know, she goes on and off her medication. It's like one of them things. I don't know if you've ever dealt with schizophrenics.
Well, through work.
You know, once they get something set in their mind, that's how it is. And, you know, I would have to leave numerous times, you know, just to diffuse the situation.
Oh. She was diagnosed and had a doctor and everything?
Yeah, she was on disability long before I ever met her.
Oh, okay.
2002.
Did she go to like CSS or anything, or?
Not as much as she probably should.
Okay.
I know she was years ago. Now I think it's every few months.
Okay. So when was the last time you actually talked to her?
It was the beginning of last month.
August?
I want to say, yeah.
Beginning of August, do you think?
3rd or the 4th.
Do you remember where that was?
I was at the house.
Okay. So,
I mean, she told me she was going to Florida for a couple weeks. I wasn't home. I mean, she called me. I was working that day. I mean, I work very limited, maybe a couple days a month.
What kind of work do you do?
I help a plumber.
Okay.
Like a plumber's labor. Like I said, so
I wish I could do plumbing.
Couple days a month is about it.
So you talked to her on the phone August 3rd or 4th. So I didn't see, she had a restraining order against you? A TPO or a CPO?
It's a temporary one. But it lasted like 6 months, I think.
Did you get arrested? Because you...
No, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean, she's called the cops on me a half a dozen times, and I've never raised a hand to her. She's never had a scratch on her. Any report you would read will tell you the same thing. You know, she gets mad and I leave. She thinks I'm out humping everything with a pulse out there that's female. You know, that's just why she originally got mad at me. You know, she just want to argue all the time, and I just felt, leaving for a day or two at a time, would just calm everything down, and it normally did. I mean, we've always worked things on, but I don't understand why she's not back around. I really don't.
David makes a big point of Robin struggling with schizophrenia, though it was never confirmed outside of this interrogation. He is establishing her mental instability, which becomes a convenient anchor to his claim that Robin called him saying she was leaving for Florida, despite there being a temporary restraining order.
They said she didn't go to Florida. I'm sick.
Well, who said that?
Her daughter.
Oh, okay.
Because I've talked to her daughter twice.
Okay. Well, I was trying. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I was just kind of thinking chronologically. I guess that's a byproduct of police work. So back to August 3rd or 4th, you talked to her on the phone. Were you staying there then, or no?
Yeah.
Okay, you were. But you said she had this order about it.
Just to be honest, I was still staying there through some of the restraining order because I have nowhere to go. I have no family.
Sure, I understand. But I don't. If you didn't get arrested for domestic violence or something, I don't know that you really had an order against you.
Yeah, I know I did.
Oh.
Because I went to court for it.
Okay.
I can't remember which. It was next to the common police thing. They couldn't serve me the papers because they didn't have an address.
Okay. So it was probably a CPO. Because that's a common police thing, but you wouldn't know the difference between that.
No, so. I've never dealt with anything like that.
So when you talked to her the 3rd or 4th, she told you she was going to Florida?
Yeah, said her dad. He's supposedly been dying for the last couple of years.
Do you know his name?
Robert.
And that was the last time you ever talked to her. And she said she was going to Florida.
No, well, a couple weeks later, she was back at the house once.
Okay.
I know she was dating somebody else. Who it was, I have no idea. Somebody picked her up a couple different times. That's what I told the other detective I talked to 2 days ago. Who it is, I have no idea.
Okay. She was back at the house. Staying there? It's her house, right? It's your house together.
Yeah, we've had the house for about 8 or 9 years.
Okay. Then a couple weeks later, you said she was back at the house, but did she stay there? Or you just...
I seen her a day or two periodically. I can't even give you any dates really, because
But if she was back from Florida, it would seem to me that she would be staying. She doesn't have any place, like you said, you don't have any place to go. She don't have any place to go, right? Wouldn't she be?
Apparently she does. Like I said, I know she was dating somebody else. It was a given.
So just days earlier, when he was interviewed by the police, David mentioned that he last saw Robin 5 to 6 days earlier, but now suddenly he can't pin down any clear dates and speaks in vague, shifting timelines. From the beginning, David's story was riddled with holes he won't be able to patch up. Things from this point are about to get worse as David continues to dig his own grave by giving more information that would later be contradicted.
Like I said, I know she was dating somebody else. It was a given. We just felt it was that time. Date other people, see how it works out. We've had problems over the years. Like I said, we've been together since 2002.
Sure.
Everybody has a problem.
Yeah, everyone's got problems. That's for damn sure. So then, I guess your theory is, Dave, that she's staying with whoever she's dating, this new person. Then not at the house. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I believe she's relapsed on back to smoke crack again because I found paraphernalia at the house. I mean, I'm no saint. I smoke a little weed once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we both did the crack thing, but we gave it up 6 years ago.
I think probably every other person in America smokes weed. I think maybe I should start when I retire.
Especially if you got arthritis and everything.
That's what my pain management doctor told me.
Sure.
Because after they got stricter on all that, I couldn't be on pain management.
So you said you had talked to her daughter a couple of times?
Yeah.
Amy, right?
Kim.
I'm sorry, Kim. I don't suppose you guys get along too well, probably, huh?
No, we never did. Robin being schizophrenic.
Right. Though it did sound like her and Kim had some problems, too.
Absolutely. I mean, they would go months on end without speaking to each other. It was at one point, Robin didn't even have a phone number to talk to her mom and dad or her for periods of time.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely true. I sensed they had some hard times now and then, and it sounded like she communicated with her a lot through her Facebook Messenger.
She was taken away as a child when, I don't know how old Kim was. I wasn't with Robin then.
Sure.
She never let Robin forget that or forgive her for it. You know what I mean? It was one of them just hateful type relationships.
Sure.
The only time she come around is when Robin offered her money.
Mm-hmm. But I thought you said, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, that she had told you that Robin was back from Florida?
No, I knew.
Oh, go ahead.
I assumed she was back.
Okay.
Because it was a 2-week period. I didn't hear from her.
Okay.
Through, I guess it would have been August.
Okay. But then you did hear from her, Robin.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been spending much time at the house.
Notice how David is speaking about everything as if it's a matter of fact, despite the inconsistencies? It sounds like he is already prepared for the questions detectives might ask, so he feels confident sticking to his version of events. And by normalizing the months-long lack of contact between Robin and Kim, he seems to believe his explanation for her disappearance would hold up.
So do you remember communicating with Robin via phone or text after she would have ostensibly been back from Florida?
I seen her at the house once or twice.
Okay.
She did some laundry. Like I said, I was just here last couple of months just trying to keep the peace, actually.
Okay.
And I haven't been spending much time there.
Okay. Has anyone else told you about seeing her or anything about her activities or where else she might have been or anything?
No, not at all. I mean, I wasn't aware there was any kind of problem, until
right. Well,
this last week.
I mean, it's the family they're the ones who...
Especially communicating with her family, because Kim said we haven't heard from her in a month. And I didn't think too much about it because, they've gone months, 6 months without talking to her, so I really didn't think a whole lot about it. Like I said, at one time, she didn't even have phone numbers for anybody in the family.
Yeah, I guess
that's just how they've treated her. So
yeah.
I don't...
It sounded like I said. Well, I think Kim said they mostly communicated through Facebook Messenger.
When Kim needs something or wants some money, because at the end of the day, she's an addict as well as anybody you ever meet.
Her Robin's Facebook page is just her name, right? You know how Facebook works? Are you on Facebook?
Barely.
Okay.
They call them smartphones.
Sure.
I don't feel too smart when I'm trying to, get on it. I got my own little thing on there. I know she does.
Okay.
It took me forever just to figure it out.
Sure.
I just got my first smartphone less than a year ago. Actually. I never had really no use for it.
Right.
As long as I could make and receive calls. That was fine.
But you vaguely know how to post something. Believe me, I'm no Facebook expert either, man. My wife's on there all goddamn day. But nothing else anyone has said anything to you or anything like that?
No,
or nothing?
like I said, I didn't even think there was any inkling of a problem or anything. Even after I talked to Kim, you know, she said, because the last time I had seen Robin that day, this day I seen Kim was on, I want to say the 3rd or the 4th. I was like, she told me she had a doctor's appointment. And that was it. I haven't talked to her or Kim since. You know, I've been in here for over, I don't know, a week or so now. I don't know, I lose track of time in there.
Been a week.
9/7.
A week. What is today?
14th.
Yeah, it's been a week.
David is clearly dodging the question about his last contact with Robin. He doesn't stick to one version. First, he says she left for Florida. Then he claims she came back and was at the house periodically. That alone creates confusion about when he actually last saw or spoke to her. And even with his claim that Robin sometimes went months without contacting her family, it still doesn't explain why she wouldn't respond at all, especially when they were actively trying to reach her before filing the missing person report.
Tomorrow's your birthday. You're
I can't
right.
think of, you know, who she'd be staying with. You know, I mean, she told me she was dating somebody else. I didn't think it was anything serious.
So you guys have been together 16 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never had a kid yourself, though, huh?
Like I said, we've had arguments and little spats.
Well,
we've always
you've been together 16 years. You're gonna have an argument about something.
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on now. I really don't. Why she's not around, or you know,
Right.
I
No,
know when they get mad at each other, that's one hard-headed family.
Right.
As far as communicating, but
Well,
you know, when my mom passed last year, you know, I have no family.
sure.
I don't. Nobody.
Yeah, 16 years is a long time, no doubt. No other word on the street or nothing that was odd, huh, Dave?
No.
All right. Well, I mean, did she have a beef with anybody, or did she ever tell you that she had it out and somebody was mad at her or anything like that? Did she owe anybody money or anything? Or
I mean, she could have possibly have maybe owed Buddy for dope or something. Like I said,
yeah.
I found a crack pipe, you know, in the house, blue, because we both quit doing it 6-7 years ago. You know, we was both bad on it.
You ever talk to your neighbor next door, the burned down house guy, whatever his name is?
Martyr. I call him Weirsley because that's one creepy guy.
Yeah, but he has like a fucking PhD or something, doesn't he? He has like
that whole situation.
He's too smart he can't function, I guess, huh?
I don't know, just the way that whole fire and everything happened. I mean, I tried to get in there and save his mom, and he just stood there and basically did nothing. I mean, I practically got killed. I mean, the pressure blew me out the side door. If you see the house, there's not even steps on the side door. I ended up getting another hernia over the whole deal. You know what I mean?
Well, good. Thank you for trying. I mean, that was a super decent thing of you to try to do. Yeah, that house is in bad shape. I guess they're going to tear it down or something in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm really not a cop caller, but I mean, I've sent police over there probably a half dozen times doing welfare checks on the. You know, her name was Trudy. She's our neighbor for 8 years. You know, I couldn't get in the house to get to her. I mean, basically, I listened to her screaming my name for help. You know, she burned up.
Oh, that's terrible.
And, it still messes with me. But, I mean, I don't know what else to say about Rama. You know, she's got another boyfriend. I don't know.
David keeps bringing up this new boyfriend that Robin had but could never name. The weird thing is that no one else, not even Robin's daughter, knew about this guy. The whole running away with a boyfriend story might sound believable if they were teenagers in some Romeo and Juliet situation, but Robin was 53 years old, so it's either Robin was suddenly regressing into some dramatic love story, or David is talking about an imaginary friend.
So your sister her sister, your sister's owner, her sister. House.
Now, a couple months ago, it was supposed to have been switched into Robin's name, which I believe it was.
Well,
I mean, because she was worried. She wanted her grandson to have the house, and I was going to fight her on it. And I was like, no, I have nobody to leave it to.
I guess where I was going with that was, do you guys pay rent?
She still makes a house payment to.
But do you pay her, or does Robin pay? Do you guys pay rent?
Robin pays the actual payment to my sister because me and my sister pay him don't speak.
Oh, okay.
You know, because
Right. So Robin pays the bill. How does she do that? Do you know?
I want to say probably a money order.
Money order.
Because I don't think she has a checking account.
And what's your sister's name again? I'm sorry, the one that
Pam.
Pam. You guys don't get along.
Nah, well, you know,
Which is
her
fine.
and my other sisters.
I don't really like my sister. I must be honest.
I mean, they just verbally and emotionally treated my mom horribly
Okay.
over the years. And it's one of those things that was unacceptable.
Okay.
And I mean, I quit working and dropped everything I had and moved in to take care of my mom. You know, she moved in, or until she passed.
So, do you know if the rent got paid in September for the house or August?
I believe it did, because if not, you know, somebody had been over there beating on the door.
Okay. Well, it means she would do that. Your sister.
Yeah, absolutely.
If she didn't get her
I mean,
money.
she has my number. Not that she's called. I paid the utilities, and it just kind of worked out pretty much, you know, half and half like that. Sometimes it'd be a little more on my part or a little more on her part, but it never really, you know, nickel and dime each other like that. It was fun.
David makes a big point that it was Robin who makes the house payments. He specifically noted that she paid the September rent herself because otherwise someone would have come knocking on his door. By saying that he's reinforcing the idea that she is still alive and actively handling her responsibilities, including the September house payment. But watch as the police themselves would later go back to this and confront him with his lies.
No, this really isn't like her to not. I mean, if I was home, I think maybe I might have heard from her by now.
That's the longest time you guys been separated?
Not more than a couple weeks.
More than a couple weeks.
Like I said, I mean, I ain't gonna even do that restraining order thing. I was, you know, staying there off and on.
Yeah.
I tried to rent a room off my buddy down there on Matthews, but that situation down there is just horrible. It ain't nothing but a bunch of junkies. And I just, I don't want to be around that. So I would be back and forth, you know, from there to the house.
Have you ever had to make the payment to the house?
I've always contributed.
Well, I mean, have you, like, because one of the time that she was gone or you guys were separated or...
No, Robin's always physically taking it over there, or they came and got it.
Okay.
Normally, well, Pam was her payee, is what you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Would take care of her money up till probably 6-8 months ago, maybe longer than that. No longer than a year. Like I said, I'm not good with dates, but it's been less than a year she's been handling my own money.
She's been handling her own money?
Yeah, and usually, well, Pam got in a bad accident. I don't know how she's doing now. She was in a wheelchair for a while. Her daughters, my niece Stephanie, would come get it, or Robin would just take it over to her house. But as far as
you've never had to take the money out to go get the check and take it over yourself? Or
they told, you know, after my mom passed, I proceeded to call both sisters and told them exactly how I thought, what I thought about them. You know, it's just, you don't treat elderly people the way they did, especially parents.
Now, this is David trying to keep the illusion that Robin was still alive, but as you know, detectives had already found her body, so there's no way she could have made the September payment herself. The reason they keep asking whether he ever made the payments is to clarify if he made the September payment or if he was pretending to be Robin. David, however, chose the latter, thinking he can still manipulate the police.
So the only thing I could think of is she didn't make the last house payment, because they don't come around unless there's a money issue.
Yeah.
Period. Period. That's the only time they ever did.
Do you know how much the payment is?
With taxes and insurance, it was, I want to say, $350, $360, something like that. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. She always took care of that. What I paid in utilities was always, $350, $400. So it's pretty much an even thing. So we never went down to the nickel and dime. Well, I paid $20 more this month, or you did. It was never like that.
Okay, just had your own responsibilities.
Yeah, I mean, she took care of the house, though, because, at the end of the day, our agreement was the house was going to be put in her name. As far as I know, I think it is now, as of 3 or 4 months ago. Because I know the water bill's in her name. The only way you can have a water bill in your name
is the title thing,
right.
The DSP.
Yeah. Because she was afraid I wanted to will it to somebody in my family. Well, I don't have any family. I'm like, I don't have no problem with that. Will it to your grandson, Wesley. Because, everything was fine as far as that goes. I built a tree house out back. We had, a trampoline, all that good stuff for the kid. I was like, will it to him. I don't care. I don't, even if I did get along with them, both my sisters are they're not rich, but, they don't want for anything, so I don't think any of their siblings are going to worry about having anyone to stay. You know what I mean? As far as me wanting to will the house anyway, but that was never an issue with me. But being schizophrenic, everything
Out to get you.
It's longer. By the time I figured she was off her medication, it was kind of too late. And I tried, 3 or 4 times over the last couple of years to get her the 3-day evaluation or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
The police would come out, the paramedics, and she'd be standing on this porch, screaming at them, screaming at me. I'm like, they told me she don't fit the criteria for the evaluation. Well, what does?
You gotta be homicidal.
I was like, does she have to stab me in my sleep or do something, really crazy?
Yeah.
And they say, well, she's an adult, we can't take her medication, so why don't you leave? I'm like, and I always did. I never argued with them, but I was like, why do I get punished every time, she goes off her medication? But
Detectives let David keep talking, giving him the illusion that he's still in control of the conversation, knowing that the more comfortable he feels, the more he'll reveal about the dynamics of their relationship. But while he continues portraying Robin as unstable and irrational, the detectives are quietly shifting the focus back onto him. Watch as the detectives flip the interrogation into a confrontation.
We appreciate your time and cooperation, and I can see that obviously you care very much about Robin, right? You love her, right?
Oh, yeah.
16 years, long ass time.
Did you ever celebrate her birthday with her?
Oh, yeah. I mean, go out to dinner. She liked to gamble, the skill game things.
Oh, okay.
I think
the seven rule, sevens.
Yeah, she loved her and my mom. That was their thing, So when I get a few extra bucks or the holiday or birthday, whatever, here, go do that.
Did you guys celebrate last year?
Yeah, I believe we went gambling out there right across from Home Depot. It's called the Palms.
Mm. I think they got them all shut down.
Yeah. I think they are all shut down. I was kind of glad the few times I did go with her. When I lose, I'm a four sport. I'm not going to lie. But I would never. I've always basically been pretty poor my whole life anyway. It's always been a struggle, keeping paying the bills, this or that or the other.
Yeah.
I've broken both legs, both arms. I'm lucky I'm not in a wheelchair from my last accident, falling off a ladder in the house. But that's why I get disability now. You know, I mean, on a good day, I can, you know, walk normally like anybody else, but that's about it. That's when they had me in that holding cell back there.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to seize up.
I'm sorry
was
it
so
took so
cold.
long. I think
That's not
you're
right.
the only one, so I think they'll take you back as soon as we're done.
Because
So,
I'm thinking I didn't have anything else in court. I know I didn't do
Right.
anything else wrong.
it's just easier. It's easier for us to get you over here instead of because the patrol guys are so busy. So, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously her family's real worried about her and loves her a lot, and I can see that you love her a lot, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
All right. Well, Dave, I think there's some little piece missing here, bud. That's what I think. And I think you'd feel better if you just told us what it is.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, I think there's a little bit more to the story, Dave, that you're not giving us.
There's nothing else I can tell you. I mean, I've told you everything I know.
Well, I don't think you told us everything.
Okay, well, I have.
Well, Dave, I mean, you told us you believe in a higher power.
Don't you think you'd feel better if you told us the truth, Dave? I mean, let it go and
You're not going to be able to celebrate her birthday tomorrow, Dave.
yeah, it'd probably be easier to celebrate her birthday tomorrow if we had the truth out there about what happened. I mean,
Her daughter, you said her daughter, her grandchild.
Or what?
I said her daughter, her grandchild. You said she got a grandchild.
Yeah, grandson.
Her parents.
I think you really feel better if you just let it go and tell us the rest of the story.
I don't. That's all I can tell you guys. Okay.
Detectives are using a classic rapport and guilt technique here. By asking about birthdays, religion, and whether he loves Robin, they're lowering David's defenses and reinforcing his self-image as a caring partner. This is a moral appeal strategy. They already know the truth, they just need to find out if David has the heart to own up to what he did. But detectives hadn't played their ace yet, because the September house payment was about to expose a lie David didn't realize he had already committed to.
Dave, let me ask you a question. And I appreciate your honesty. You've been very cool with us and cooperative and everything else. Are you a heartless bastard?
No.
A heartless, cold bastard?
No.
No. Okay. So you wouldn't want people to think that about you, right? That you're just a heartless, cold bastard, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. There's some pieces missing to your story, Dave. And this, why we had you write this out, is the key. So, because that's your handwriting. And that's just that you just wrote your sister's name 20.
I brought it back.
The problem, Dave.
Well,
The problem is this is August. And as you know, that is your girlfriend, the love of your life, Robin's handwriting.
I said August. That was last month.
That is September, where you paid the rent. So we can keep up this farce that Robin is still around. Correct?
Okay, I've done this. I've done this numerous times for.
well, you told me earlier you'd never done it.
So
You've never asked me if I've gotten a money order for her.
he did ask you this.
I did ask you if you ever made the payment. Yeah.
So Dave,
I did make the payment.
Here's
I
the
went and got the
question.
money order and gave it back to her.
here's the
So
question.
you've never
Dave.
done it.
Here's the
You were
question.
saying you didn't even know how much it was.
Here's the question.
You were saying you didn't even know how much it cost.
You did say that.
Before
Are you a
this and everything,
heartless, no good bastard? Are you a
You
heartless,
never asked me if I
no-good
went and did that,
bastard?
okay?
He did ask you.
He did.
If I made the payment to my
He did
sister,
that.
I never made the payment to my sister. I walked down to Speedway and got this for Robin. I've done it
That's
for
not what happened, Dave.
numerous times.
That's not what happened, Dave.
Okay?
You paid it, so we keep up this mirage that Robin is still around. And the answer is, do you want to be a heartless bastard, or do you want some clothes? You want people to claw on with their
I'm
lives?
telling you what I did.
Tell us what you did.
You're not telling us what he did.
That's
Tell us what you really
That's
did.
what I did. Because for whatever reason, she didn't like walking down there or whatever from time to time.
Dave,
And I
that's-
walked down there and got the money order at Speedway. Okay? They're from Speedway. I know where it's from.
Dave, that is
Got it
complete
from him.
bullshit, dude.
No. Okay?
That is complete bullshit. You said you'd never done that. You did that to keep
I
up the
never made
farce
the
that
payment to my
Robin is
sister.
still alive.
I never made the payment to my sister.
You did. That's your handwriting.
Okay, I filled it out for her. So what? Okay, I filled it out.
Because it's
when
just
I got
another
it.
loop in the story that doesn't count, Dave. Why don't you
I
tell
don't
us the
know what you
truth about what happened to Robin?
Between
I
you
told
and
you
Robin,
everything
tell us
I
what
know.
happened.
Between you and Robin can go up to heaven and be left alone.
I
And
told you that.
you can get it off of your heart and soul. I'm trying to see if you have a heart and soul.
I told you everything I know,
No,
and I've
you
done
didn't
this
tell
more
us.
than one. I've done this more than
You
one or
didn't
two
tell us.
times.
You didn't tell us.
Throughout the 8 years we've been making the payments to her.
The paper detectives had David write on earlier is the proof he has been lying this entire time. When they compare it to the September rent payment, the handwriting matches, meaning David filled it out himself. He had claimed Robin handled the house payments and that he never made them, but the evidence shows the opposite. His own writing on a payment made after she was already dead, and even worse, he is now trying to say he did not make such claims. But the police have more.
Tell us the part about destroying her phone, being on her phone pretending that you're her.
Oh God!
Tell us about
I
that
don't
part.
have her phone.
Where's her
I
phone?
never did. I don't know.
You know where her phone is.
No, I don't.
You put it. We found it where you put it. Why don't you just tell us the truth of what happened, Dave? You'll feel better.
Did you guys
You'll
share a
feel
bedroom?
better.
I don't have a phone.
Did you guys share a bedroom?
At one time, yeah.
Which bedroom?
Front bedroom.
What color are your bed sheets?
I don't know. I think they're black. I'm not
What
sure.
color are your pillowcases?
Brown, I think. They don't match. I know that. I've gone down there numerous times. Not every time. Just depending on how she feels.
I think you'd really feel better, Dave, if you told the truth. You let it go. I've sat in this room. He sat in this room. We talked to people. And it's like, because otherwise, people who would look at this event and say that you, Dave, are a heartless, no good bastard who put the love of your life in the ground. And that has to be an evil, bad person who has to go away for every last day of their life. Every last day. So, Dave, are you that person? Or
I've told
are
you
you the
everything I know.
person that has struggled with someone who's, as you said, for 16 years you love her, but she's schizophrenic, and she goes here and she goes there? Because there's no reasonable person, Dave, in the world that wouldn't believe that you harmed Robin. We all know that, three of us sitting in this room. You should just get it off your chest, man.
I've told you everything I know.
Well, we haven't told
Was
us
it the
everything.
heat of the moment?
Yeah.
Did you plan it out?
Can't plan anything out.
So it was the heat of the moment then.
I have nothing else to say. I told you everything I know. I'm not
When was the
I'm not denying these.
when was the last time you had a fire in the backyard?
I don't know. A month or so.
A month or so?
No, maybe not that long.
Maybe not that long. A week ago? 2 weeks ago? Middle of August? Late August?
I don't know. We have them back there all the time.
Who's we?
Me and Robin usually. More
When was
me.
the last time you had a fire back there?
I don't know, less than a month, probably.
Less than a month. You've been staying. There's no way around this. Dave.
No, we're going to get there on the loop. One way or the other.
You've been staying there.
Never denied that.
Well, you've been staying there and you had to put up this charade that Robin was still around and she wasn't because she was in the hole that you put her in. Now, again, you're either a heartless, cold-blooded son of a bitch or whatever. Something spun out of control and you're like, well, fuck, what do I do now? Which is what most people say after they do something horrible like that.
Get scared. You got to do something.
And then you have to reckon with the fact that the person you loved for 16 years more than anything in the world is gone.
Was it natural? You were just afraid that someone would think you did something, you had to do something to get rid of it. Or you're just doing it so you can spend her money because times are hard. You have to have one income now. Nobody's going to believe you.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Watch how David's demeanor fluctuates from being so defensive to sounding so defeated. He is trying to keep the denial, but it is clear that he already knows that he screwed up. He knows that they already found Robin's body even when the detectives haven't explicitly said it yet.
You said you never put your hands on her before. Did she ever put her hands on you? No? She has her daughter. She has her grandson. She has her...
Tomorrow is her fucking birthday.
Tomorrow is her birthday. For them to sit there and reflect.
Yes.
On the things that they had to see. The things they had to do.
That you just...
The agony they've been going through for the last month.
Heartlessly killed the woman you love more than anything in the world. It's mind-boggling to think about it.
Something that you said you were going to do.
Yeah, and if you said you were ever going to kill anybody, you'd bury him in the fire pit. I mean, it seems kind of convenient.
I never told anybody.
You never told anybody that?
Dave, we're not fucking stupid, dude. You think we're going to make that up? I'm not making anything up. You think I made this up? We know everything. We know the answers to the questions we asked, man. I'm trying to get you to say that you're not an evil, no-good bastard, and that there were some extenuating circumstances that you killed the woman you love, pretended that she was alive for over a month. I mean, because if you just look at it,
had fires on top of her.
If you just look, if you look at it, you're like, that has to be a heartless, cold bastard that wrapped this woman up like that and put her in this fire pit.
David now has two choices: to admit to whatever really happened in that house, or to keep pretending Robin simply disappeared.
You tell us what's going on.
You tell us what's going on, Dave, so we know you're not a heartless bastard, and I promise you can smoke all you want, all right?
Not all you want. Not all you want. But
Well,
reasonable expectations.
get it off your chest, Dave. You feel better.
I mean, you guys feel a little bit better already, just knowing that you're going to make that decision.
I didn't mean to fucking do it. I didn't mean for it to end up like that.
No, it's not a
I
very...
didn't. I'm not a fucking vicious person like that.
It's not a very respectful way for a person to end
I
up.
know it's not. I got fucking scared, man. I'm really scared.
All right.
Just... Oh, God, man.
I understand being scared, no doubt about that. So what was it, Dave? An argument or something, or what?
Argument. She called the police on me again for no reason. I mean, really no reason at all. And I just snapped, man. Just fucking snapped.
What was the argument over?
Because we had argued the day before, and I had left just to try and keep the peace. She just kept accusing me of fucking cheating on her, and I fucking wasn't doing it. So she just...
The day before, and then the day she called the cops on you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that day.
I don't even know what the argument was even about. I don't even know what it was about.
All right.
I didn't mean to do this or I didn't, man. I love Robin.
I believe that. 16 years is a long time. Why did you just...
What happened, Dave?
Oh, God, man.
You just got scared, that's why you put her in the fire pit? And...
I dug it out. I didn't burn her up.
What happened, Dave? What happened between you and Robin?
She just kept yelling at me and getting in my face, and I hit her. She had...
Where were you guys at?
He was upstairs.
In the bedroom or in the little hallway right there?
In the bedroom.
And you said you hit her?
Yeah.
Did you hit her with your fist or was it something else?
She had just like half an axe handle or something beside the bed. She had it there for a long time, just thinking to protect herself. I don't know. just snap. I don't know why.
So you struck her with the half an axe handle?
Yeah, I don't even know how many times. I just,
Okay. Okay. After you struck her,
I choked her.
Choked.
It was over within 2 minutes.
did you use something to choke her, or did you use your hands?
It's a piece of. I got so scared I knew she was gone. I thought
Did
I got a piece of rope. With a stick on it to try to make sure she was dead. God. Guys, I'm fucking sorry.
How long did
She's
this,
just so relentless. Fucking.
how long did this
Didn't
take?
leave me alone, man. She knew I had nowhere to go. She just kept on me, on me. I'd give her every dollar I had for whatever she wanted. I never had nothing in my pocket, man. Nothing. It was never good enough.
What happened after Robin was dead?
I took her out back and I dug it out. I don't know, a couple feet. And I threw her down in there and covered her back up.
Did you do anything to Robin before you put her in there?
As far as what?
I mean, did you put her in anything? Was she dressed?
She had her night clothes on. I think I used the blanket that was there. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't plan on doing it. She just.
Do you remember
She
what this
she
was?
woke me up out of my sleep. Said the police are on their way. I run out of the house. And they came. I hid in the backyard behind the fences till they left. And I went back in. I'm like, why you got to keep doing this to me? Why you got to keep trying to get me in trouble? And I just flipped out.
After hours of denial, manipulation, and shifting stories, David finally collapses under the weight of the evidence. Guilt finally broke him, but even in confession, he frames it as something that just happened to him, not something he chose to do. Following his confession on September 14, 2018, David Callahan was formally charged with murder, tampering with evidence, gross abuse of a corpse, and domestic violence. He was held without bond due to the severity of the charges. Court records show he was represented by defense counsel through the Summit County court system. Rather than take the case to a full jury trial, Callahan entered a guilty plea on March 27, 2019, to all counts. Prosecutors were prepared to present overwhelming evidence. The defense did not argue innocence. There was no alternate suspect and no formal self-defense claim advanced in court. The plea acknowledged the weight of the evidence against him, making a trial unnecessary and rendering an immediate conviction. On May 6, 2019, David Callahan was sentenced to life in prison with eligibility for parole after 18 years. The court emphasized the brutality of the crime and his deliberate effort to conceal it. He is currently serving his sentence in an Ohio state prison, and no successful appeals have overturned the conviction. David Callahan tried to keep up the illusion that Robin was still alive. He forged payments, manipulated her phone, and buried her beneath a fire pit. But the truth surfaced anyway. Martha Robin Freitag's family now has answers, and the man who ended her life will spend decades behind bars for it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here.